Good morning.
Yeah.
These ones are staying.
Those are
Those
cute.
are cute.
Oh, those are the ones you just got, yeah.
I
You know
have.
what? Those would be so.
It's,
Just regular Spanx?
they're, well, no, they're exercise ones.
Really?
And also you're supposed to be able to then put a pair.
You can dress them up.
We're gonna get started.
Oh, stand.
We are gonna stand. Absolutely. We are definitely going to stand. We're gonna use the band today. I'm using the already kind of round bands that we have here. But if you have a regular band, and I don't have one with me, you would just loop it. And then about halfway up, you would just do a little knot. And no, you've got your little yellow down.
Okay.
And then you've got your open place, right? So the tighter the smaller you make that opening, the bands that we're using are going to be a little tighter, so they're going to be a little harder. They don't open very big. They're tiny. They're tiny. But we're going to start. We're going to start, of course, with some balance work. So we're going to put these just around the ankle to start, and try to keep them as flat as possible. And the only reason is it's just because it's more comfortable than if they end up rolling around your ankle. All right, so I want you to open your feet just wide enough to where you can feel a little bit of the pressure on the band. And then we're just gonna think about engaging our belly. So focus on your balance here, nice long spine. We're just gonna start with rolling up onto the toes, nice and easy, just rolling up and then rolling back down. And up, and your hands can be wherever they feel comfortable.
Balance is off.
Oh, you say that, and then I totally lose it. It's hard when I'm looking off to the side. It's easier if you keep your eyes in a fixed location. And up. Pull in on that belly, up onto those toes. Just that little tiny pressure on that band. So when you do this, all of a sudden you start feeling the outer sides of your legs a little bit more. You have that pressure. Where normally when we do our roll up, not there. All right, let's do 3. And 2. And 1. And then from here, all we're going to do is we're going to shift our weight over to one side, kind of coming up off that other foot. You're just going to push it off and then bring it right back down to the floor. Shift off that side, push it off. And just a back and forth. It doesn't have to be big. Again, working on those outer legs. But you're also, of course, keeping engaged through your belly, making sure your balance is there. Let's just do a few more. And one more each side, or make yourself. And come back. So we're going to take it back over again, same thing. We're going to start, kind of push the foot out, point it to the floor. You're going to find that balance on that standing leg. We're going to hold here, and then we're going to lift that leg up. We're just going to kind of pulse it. And 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to step down. Again, shift your weight. Bring your toe to the floor. This is how you can find your balance. And then from here, start to lift. 1, and step it down. All right, so we're going to take that band all the way above the knees. Just kind of slide it up. And all this stuff can actually be done without the band, and it still works. So if you don't like the band, or if it's just too much, just put it away and do the work without it. All right, so I'm going to keep my feet just a little wider. I'm not going to bring my heels together. And I'm going to start with those rolling up onto the toes again in this position. I have a little tension on that band, belly tight. Exhale as we roll up. And think of kind of pushing through that first ray of your foot, which is that bigger ball of the foot under the big toe type area. and one, and then we come down. So we're going to bend first. So as you bend, you're kind of bringing those knees out. You're spreading that band slightly apart. We're going to come back straight. We're going to lift onto the toes. And down. And bend. Up. Keep your center here. So nice long sideways, even as we bend. Long center. Let's do 3. 2. And 1. We're going to stay up on those toes, so lift on those toes, and then we're going to go into those little pliés. So it's just small, kind of pressing that band open as we bend. Nice and tall to your body. Let's do 4. 3. 2. 1. And come all the way in and walk it together. We can take that band off. We are going to keep it. We're going to go into a little bit of some arm work. I know, right? Fun. So we're going to take that on the backs of the hands, thumbs on one side, and find a comfortable position for your feet. And I'm going to bend my elbows, but I'm going to bring my elbows right into the side of my body. And I'm going to focus on my kind of inner arm right here, and pressing it into the body. So from here, we're just going to start with one arm at a time. As we exhale, I'm going to keep one arm still as I just slightly try to open up, and it's going to be hard, right? Because these are stiff. And you're going to alternate. So what I really want from you is I want your center to stay long and no cranking your body over or anything like that to get that. And you want to keep that nice long spine as we just shift from one side to the next. This is outer arm. This is what makes those beautiful outer arms. So we can get ready for summer. Patty and I think of going to Hawaii. Let's just do one more on each side, or just make yourself even, whatever you need to do. Ooh, and this can start to burn.
Wow.
And relax those shoulders. Yeah, those are tough. All right. So on the next one, you're going to put the hands here, right? And you're going to take your one hand and just kind of place it on your chest, and the other hand is going to push, like it's pushing straight down to the floor. But instead of pushing it straight down, although this is a place you can go, we're going to work the back of the arm. So instead, if you kind of take it out to the side and you press it out to the side, all of a sudden you're going to press it down at the same time. You're going to get that, back of the arm, right? So you adjust, right? The more, there I go, sitting right now. And so you adjust. If you need to be here, still tricep. It's all about the length of the arm and getting it straight and kind of squeezing that little tricep at the end. Triceps behind the arm. So staying here. Tightening that belly. Try not to lock out those knees. Not that they have to be bent, but they should, have a little soften. And 4. Squeeze that tricep. 3, 2. Of course, bless you. We're going to hold that last one. You're going to hold it down, and you're just going to pulse. Pulse. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in and just switch that around. Tighten, drop those shoulders down. All right, so again, we can start straight down if you want, and then reach out. And I put a little pressure against my chest, like my upper chest, and that gives me my place of stability, right? But it's, think about that nice straight arm at the end. That squeezing that little tricep, that's where your work is. And your spine nice and straight and long. So again, I don't want to see you bending in the body. 2, 4, 3, 2, and then we hold on this last one and we pulse. One, and bring it in. Whew. All right, couple more with the arms. So on this one, I'm just gonna hold it. Bring it right to the chest, elbows are open, make sure those shoulders are down. So all we're gonna do is we pull that apart, we're gonna kind of reach those elbows behind us into our upper back. Right? Upper back feeling of connection. What I would be careful with here is as you open that band and press those shoulders and elbows back, not also pushing the ribs forward. We want to keep the ribs forward. So you can play around with this. If it bothers the neck too high, go a little lower. Now all of a sudden you're still in that kind of upper back area, but you're a little lower down, kind of under the shoulder blade area. So it can be done anywhere along this line, and you can even move it up and down, higher, lower. So let's just do it. 2, and 1. All right, last one, bicep. So on this one, we're going to take just one. I'm going to take my right foot through. I'm going to bring it all the way up, and I'm going to bring it pretty high onto my leg. This one is going to also incorporate balance, by the way. All right, so we're going to lift that leg, hold that balance. Bicep. Up and down. You're going to try to keep that leg lifted. Keep the shoulder of the arm that you're working. And maybe keep that arm slightly glued into the body. That'll give you some stability as well. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Really hard to itch when I'm trying to hold my balance. All right, other side. Yeah, this little band. These little bands are good. And the yellows, I have the yellows. These are the lightest ones. So, they do come heavier, but we're not going to use those for arms. All right, roll out those shoulders a little bit. All right, come up into that balanced position. That arm into the body. Belly in. Always keep the toe of that foot down. 5 more. 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. This is my hard leg. All right, take that down. Drop that band off to the side and just kind of roll out those shoulders a little bit. Let's roll that neck around. A lot of work through there and make sure everyone's all softened up. Neck, through the shoulders. All righty, but we're going to take the band back. Band it. This is like band 2 day because Patty was band 1 day. Patty on Monday, that was band 1, second half of that. All right, we're going to take this back around the ankles. Right, and we are going to step to the end of our mat. We're going to end up doing some roll downs. So it's out of the music camera. So we're going to end up doing some roll downs. We're going to start with our plank, and then we're going to add in some things with the band. So from here, sitting or standing nice and tall, we're going to pull up and in on the belly, drop that chin, slowly start to round down. We're only going to go down about halfway to begin with. So just about halfway down. And once you get there, I just want you to kind of shake those arms around, shake the head around. And then from here, we're going to tuck the tail. And as we tuck the tail, we're going to pull that belly up and around all the way back. Bring those shoulders into the ears, pull them down, do that again. So we'll go down just a little bit further. And chin to chest. Maybe reach for those toes a little bit further. Let yourself relax. And now pull that belly up, tuck the tail. And round it up. We're going to take it all the way down. Feel free to bend the knees, and we're going to walk ourselves out into our plank. So we're going to drop that chin, take it down, start to feel that stretch through the back. And arms come to the floor. You can bend the knees if you want, and walk it out. And we're just going to come into this nice plank position and think about our position here. Right? So we've got my chest is kind of lifting from the floor and pulling those shoulders down my back. My belly is lifted. I'd rather see your bum a little up in the air as opposed to down to the floor. None of this, right? So, you know, I'd rather see it slightly lifted. But we want to try to get it as flat as possible. And then just breathe in here. Keep thinking of your spine, reaching out through the crown of the head, making that body like a big arrow, right? Reaching long, pointing through the crown of the head towards the opposite side of the room. Just about 10 more seconds here. And then we're going to walk it back. So lift the hips, walk yourself back, and tuck the tail all the way up and down. All right, so we're going to go down this time. Same exact movement. Once we get there, we're going to add on some movement with the legs. So chin down, roll back down, and walk those hands out. All right, so you're going to bring those feet close enough together without losing the tension of the band. And then we're going to take our left leg and lift it slightly from the floor. We're going to pulse it out for 5, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back, set it down. Other leg out, pulse it out for 5, 4, 2, 1. Set it down. We're going to pick up that left leg again. This time we pulse it up. 4, 2, 1. Set it down. And right leg. And pulse it up. 5, 4, 2, 1. Set it down. Widen your stance. Take it to a little pike position. You're going to keep your wide stance. So my feet are the width of the mat. Okay. I'm going to roll it back or bring myself back to plank. And then from here, keep my chest lifted. I'm going to point my toes as I reach my body forward. Flex, reach to the heels, and point, and flex. Keep the upper body lifted from the floor, shoulders down. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, and pike it up and walk it all the way back. And tuck that tail, round up through that spine. Whew. All right. We are going to come down onto the mat again, but we're going to stay. We're going to stay down there. So I'm going to come to the trap table that you guys can all come down to the mat. So however way, you know, you want, we're going to keep that band right at our, you know what, let's move it up to just kind of right under the knee. I think that might be better. Just so we have, it's not that the legs are going to come apart right at the moment. We're going to work a little. So we're going to reach our body in this nice long position. So I have the band there, but it's really not going to do too much. It's just going to stay there. And we're going to think about elongating our legs away from our torso. So I'm in a really long line here. My legs are not in front of me. I'm in this long line from my ear, shoulder, hip, and then my hand in front is just going to come down to the mat like a kickstand. I'm going to reach those legs out, and I'm just going to lift them up on the exhale. Inhale, I'm going to lower right back down. And up. I'm going to do 2 more just like this. All right, so we're going to do, let's do 5 more, but this time, if you can, go to just your fingertips in front, or take that hand all the way up to your hips. This is a lot more balanced. Engage that belly, exhale and lift. Really think about the length of those legs. Reaching them away from the body really helps keep us stable. 2 more. And last one. And we're going to come down. So I'm going to have you come onto your forearm, kind of like your elbow area underneath. Your shoulder. Other arm is going to come to the side. So all we're going to do here is I'm going to drop my arm that's to the ceiling. I'm going to look at my top leg, and I'm going to lift. And then I'm going to come back to the center. It's not big, especially with that band. Let's do 2. 1. And then we're going to come back down. And this time, keep that hand again in front, fingertips only if you need to. We're going to still engaging our obliques. We're going to reach those legs out again, but this time we're going to lift that upper body as well. And lower down. And up. So just try to keep as little pressure. You know, you can do this with the hand on the waist or on the hip. But you really have to think about that length to keep that balance. And up. And on this last one, we're going to stay lifted. So up and lift, hold, take that top leg, lift it up and down. So both legs are lifted now, but the top leg is lifting up, stretching that band. 3, 2, 1, and lower all the way down. You should feel that in your oblique area. Most definitely. All right, so we're going to take that band. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just turn. Let's do the other side, and then we'll take the band up. That way we don't have to move the band back and forth. Let's do it that way. So we're going to come back, lengthen position. And we're just going to start with those lifts. So I'm going to have my hand kind of in front of me with my kickstand. I'm going to lengthen my legs as much as possible. I'm going to exhale as I lift them up. And down. And up. Pull that belly in, reach those legs out. 3, 2, 1. Down. So on this one, just challenge yourself a little bit. You were on the fingertips, come to hand on the hips, otherwise just go to the fingertips. Same thing. Exhale, press those legs out away from the body. Exhale on the lift. So kind of pulling that belly in. Three, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna come to that forearm. And then from here, we're just gonna take that top leg, and our other arm is gonna come to the ceiling, and we're gonna look towards that top leg, reaching our hand kind of towards the toes. And let's do 3 more. And 3, 2, and 1. And we're gonna come back down. So this one, we're gonna lift that head and those legs. So from here, you're gonna exhale, reach those legs out. Lift that upper body and lower down and up. And you wanna try this with that hand on the hip. A lot harder. One more. All right, on this last one, lift up. Hold, upper body is lifted, legs are lifted, top leg lifts. A lot of oblique on this one. Oh yeah, there's that too. And 3, 2, 1, and woo, lower down. Hey, those are tough. All right, we're gonna take that band, we're gonna slide it kind of mid-thigh area. Gonna come right back into position. So we're just gonna lay right back down where we had it before. We are gonna work now. Outer leg, lovely sideline work, right? We all love this work so much. And have a great time. All right, lengthen that body, reach that waist away. We're gonna take that top leg and we're gonna keep it in that position. We're just gonna lift the whole leg up as we press that band to the ceiling. So the foot is coming with you. These are not plans. Exhale. And up. Let's just do about 3 more. And hold on that last one, lift it up and little pulses up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. Now we're going to go into those clams. So now is where the heels stay together. As you exhale, we just open that top knee and lower it back down and up. So here I want you to be careful with this top hip. Don't let it fall behind you. Keep it stacked right on top of that bottom hip. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to hold that clam open and pulse it up, 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 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. All right. So we are going to change the band on this one. This one, I always get this one. It's easiest for me to think, taking the band off for a moment, taking my bottom foot and stepping into the band. Right? So I take that bottom foot and I step into the band. Then I take my top leg all the way through it and bring it above the knee. And then I bring my knees together. Bottom foot, yep, and then lay on your side and yep, there you go. And then pull that other knee up towards the other knee. And keep it all the way above. So this one, the thing is, you got it, Linda, pull it all the way above your knee. You got it. There you go. Okay. Pull your knee in towards the other leg. Yes, right there. So you have to keep this top leg bent. You can't let that knee start to extend. So all you're going to do on this one is you're going to, and you can have your head wherever it's comfortable. You're going to lift this top leg, just that little bit. All we're going to do is use the belly. You're going to exhale as we pull the knee towards the chest. And then you're just gonna let it come right back to where it started. Don't let it go past that point. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Now all we're gonna do is we're gonna start the same way, but we're gonna turn this into a circle. We're gonna pull the knee in, open it up, and circle it back. So little circles by pulling in first. Don't let the leg extend. You'll lose the band. And 3, 2, 1. We're gonna reverse that. So you're gonna open, pull in on the top, lower down. Pull in. In. And 3, 2, and 1. And you can feel those. All right, so we're gonna take that band, we're gonna turn and face the other direction. We're gonna put that band again, all the way above those knees, kind of mid-thigh. Right? And we're gonna lay on our side. We're gonna start that side lying again. Just the open close. So I like to make sure this one is somewhat high up in the leg, just to try to keep it as flat as possible. Otherwise it will tend to roll, which it might anyway, but we'll see. All right, so from here, top leg, top hip is lengthened. Top leg is gonna stay in that nice 90-degree bend. We're just gonna exhale as we lift it up. Long line in our body. Let's do 5, 4, 3, and 1. We're going to hold it up there. We're going to pulse it up. Pulse. 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 Try to keep your body nice and long. Pull that belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. All right, heels together. Now's our clams. So keep those heels together. Exhale, lift just that top knee. And lower down. And up. And really be watchful of this top hip. Don't let it fall behind you. Stacked right on top of that bottom hip. Up. And we're going to do 4, 3, 2. We're holding and pulsing and squeeze those heels, pulse it up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low down. Thanks. All right. And we got that other part to go. All right. We're going to take that band and put it on the bottom foot first. So step into it with that bottom foot. Kind of on my side. Place that top leg through. Bring it all the way above the knee. And then just bend that other knee right in. Good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good. All right, so remember, we don't want the leg to extend on this one. We only want to pull it in. So from here, we're going to lift that top leg. And then as you exhale, engage the belly to pull the knee towards the chest. It's not big. Pull in. And in. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Changing this into circles. So we pull in, circle up. Try to keep that bottom leg nice and steady. You guys doing okay over there? Is your butt hurting? 3, 2, 1. We're reversing that. And Pull in and on the top, pull in. Tighten that belly. We are almost done, you guys, almost. 3 more. 2. And 1. Woo! And we are done with that. All right, take the band off for a moment. Let's turn onto our back. And let's just do a nice figure 4 stretch. So we're just stretching here. So, and you know, in reality, if you wanted to, you could put the band over that foot to help kind of pull it in a little bit, or just lift, whatever's comfortable for you, right? So just kind of pulling that band in or pulling that leg in, doing that stretch through that hip. Just breathe into it. And then we're just going to lower that leg down. Let's put that one off. Switch it out and you know, you can always take that opposite arm and kind of push that knee away. All right. We're going to go into a little bit of abdominals. So on this one, we're going to take that band again. Place it around the top of the knees. This one's not as much legs, so don't worry. All right. Just going to place it there. I actually think in abs, it makes it feel comfortable. For me, it's actually feels more comfortable for me to have support on my legs on the out position. So from here, we're going to take those arms, we're going to bring those hands behind the head. Start nice and simple. We're going to keep the feet on the floor. We're just going to warm up those abdominals. So as we exhale, we're just going to exhale and curl all the way up. We're going to look to the band with our chest, our eyes. We're going to roll it right back down. So I'm going to also pay attention to my pelvic bone. We talked about this last week. That's our 6 o'clock. So I'm going to keep my 6 o'clock reaching from my 12 o'clock, right, which is right where my ribs begin to spread, and keeping this long line. Inhale as I lower down. And exhale. And down. And if you're somebody who has some lower back issues and has been told to continue to imprint, it's okay to hold your imprint. Then you hold it. You hold it throughout the lowering and the lifting. You don't let it fluctuate. But I prefer, if you can, all right, we're going to lift those legs to tabletop. We're going to do the same thing. And exhale. Up. Up. So let's do 3, 2, and 1. We're going to curl up. We are going to hold. So if you can hold your curl, staying here, we're going to take just our right leg and we're going to let it open. And close. You're going to feel off center and open. So you have to keep that left leg nice and stable. Let's do 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring it back and go on to that left. Curl up a little higher. Look towards that band. 3, 2, 1. Come in and let's just take a little break. Right. We're going to add those legs to extension. Now, how you can make this more challenging is as you extend, maybe add a little pressure into the outside of those legs into that band, but it's not necessary. You don't have to. So we're going to lift those legs to tabletop, a little flexion of the ankles. As I curl up, I'm going to press those legs out. Inhale down. And out. And 3, 2. We're going to hold this last one. We're going to use our upper body. We're going to pulse it up. 3 more. And curl down. Ooh, and rest. Yeah, I do too. I do too. I feel that too. Okay. We are going to come into our frog-like position. So heels together, toes apart, knees will open through the band, and we're going to lift those legs up into that frog position. From here, we're going to curl up. We're going to hold our curl. We're going to send those legs out to extension. We're going to pull those legs back in to your frog, and then we're going to curl down. Right, so that's going to be the movement. So we're going to curl up, send the legs out, hold them in, curl down, and up, out, in, and down, up, out, in, and down. 2 more. And last one. And down. We're just going to let those arms come to our sides. And we are going to go into some bridging. So we're going to start nice and easy here. We're going to start with just releasing the spine, which feels always really good. So we're going to start by scooping our belly. I'm just going to peel that spine up off that carrot. Off that mat. I think I'm on the reformer. Off the mat. Come into your nice bridge. Hold here. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, soften from the shoulders. Release the spine. Think of that articulation. All the way. Find the weight at the back of the pelvis. Feel that neutral spine come into play. And exhale again as we scoop the belly. 6 o'clock draws to the 12, and then we curl up. Hold at the top. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, release. Think of lengthening through the spine as you're releasing it back down to the mat. And then again, when you get to the mat, really feel out that neutral pelvis. And curl up. Deep breath in and exhale. We are going to add on. So we're going to curl up and we're going to hold. So once we get into this up position, all we're going to do is we're going to open and close those legs. We're going to open and close. And open and close. And what you really want to pay attention to is your pelvis. Like you've got this nice level sitting across your pelvis. If you want to add on, we float the arms next to you. Really using a lot of glute, knee, 2, and 1, and curl. All right. So on this next one, we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're just going to open, close one leg at a time. So exhale, we're going to curl up. And then we're going to just take that one leg and open it out. Bring it back to center. We're going to do that on the other side. Try to keep that pelvis nice and stable. One more each side. And we're going to curl down. All right, are you ready for the finale? We're going to take the band only take your left foot out and step into the band again and bring that left foot to the floor. So I've got my left foot in the band on the floor. The right leg has the band above the knee. And I'm going to exhale and curl up. From here, all I'm going to do is take that leg that has the band on the knee, and I'm going to exhale and lift it. And lower. And lift. So it's like a little band just rolled up. And 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to lower down. All right, I'm going to reposition my band. Bring it a little higher, I think, in onto the leg and see if that makes a difference. I'm going to uncurl it. I'm going to step in with my left leg. And this time I'm going to bring it all the way to my upper thigh. I don't know if it will, probably not. It is what it is. All right, last set now. We're going to curl up. We're going to lift that right leg. And then we're just going to let that leg kind of do a nice little open and circle. Open and circle. And reverse it. Down, open. Oh, are we having band issues? And we switch sides, right? 2. And 1. And curl all the way down. All right. All right. Other side, undo your band. So I'm going to step into it with the right foot. I'm going to place that band all the way above my left knee. You guys okay over there? Yeah. Okay. This is our last one. So we're going to start by curling up. We're going to start with that little march on that left leg. We're going to exhale, lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. Last one. We're going to lower. We're going to curl down. I'm not even going to bother to move my band. It's just going to be a little bead at this point. We're going to go into our circles. So we're going to lift back up, curl up. We're going to lift that leg. We're going to open that knee and circle it down and around. 2, 1, reverse it. One more, and curl all the way down. All right, we're going to stretch. You guys have made it to the stretch portion of class. Congratulations. All right, undo your band. We're going to place the right foot in the band. And we're just going to hold on to it as we reach that right leg to the ceiling. We're just going to stretch the back of that leg. Pull it in. And a nice stretch all through the back. Breathe into it. We're going to turn that leg to external. I'm going to hold the band in the opposite hand as I just let that leg kind of open out. And the pressure is up to you. You know, I can reach that arm across and have a little less tension, or pull it. So it's up to you. I'm going to reach through my heel. I'm going to center my pelvis. So I'm going to try to keep the opposite side of my pelvis down and on the mat. Getting that nice inner leg stretch. We're going to bring that leg back up to the ceiling. We're going to straighten out the leg that's the other leg, my left leg. I'm going to turn my right leg to internal, and I'm just going to let it come to the midline of my body. So I'm going to get that outer stretch. It's not big. For me, it is not big. Most people, it's not a huge stretch here. I don't want you to lift the hips. I want you to keep that hip down. Just try to keep that leg turning internal. Bring it back up. Just take your other foot, step into the band. Bring that other leg Foot down, knee bent. We're just gonna stretch that hamstring first. So just that nice little stretch, straight up to the ceiling with the leg. I'm gonna turn my leg to an external. I'm gonna take the band in the opposite hand. And I'm just gonna let that leg fall open to the side. As much tension on that band that I feel is comfortable for me. Flex my ankle, reach through my heel. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring that back up. Did I do another stretch? Oh, that's right. Okay. All right, extend that leg on the floor. Turn to internal, let it come to the side. Oh my goodness.
They're ready.
Someone's like ready to be out of here.
We are leaving for vacation tomorrow. Brain is kind of moving in another direction. And then bring that leg back up to the ceiling. We can take that band off, stretch those legs all the way out, stretch those arms up overhead and body, fingertips to toes, just stretch it out, tighten all your muscles, and then release them. Reach those legs out, reach those arms out, tighten all those muscles, and then release. And we can come up from that lovely seated position or laying down position to seated, and we will be done. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
This band.
Yeah, the band. Bye. See you later.
Oh.